Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today. And remember, true wealth begins with good health. Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today. And remember, true wealth begins with good health. All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to another episode of Telehealth Tuesday. This is your go-to podcast for insights on modern healthcare and wellness solutions. I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. I'm your host for this evening, and today we have a very, very special episode lined up just for you. Let's do a quick housekeeping here. Want to look backstage. I see the ladies are eager to, you say hello, ladies from backstage. Let's make sure we can hear you. All right. So they are eager to see you. You guys come on in. We've got some comments pouring in. This is a live show, so we're here for you. We're going to talk all things. We're going to talk all things breast cancer here, there, and beyond. But most likely, most importantly, how to survive. These are the survivor sisters who have beaten the odds, and God has blessed them. And I want you to hear their testimony live right here on Telehealth Tuesday. And this is the second time that we are featuring these beautiful young ladies. They're going to tell you all about their journey. But real quick, I want to let you know that Telehealth Tuesday can be viewed on multiple platforms, including our YouTube channel. That's Dr. B TV, which is our YouTube channel. The word Dr. DOCTOR, the letter B is in boy, TV. And also our Instagram and Facebook pages. Make sure to follow, like, share, and subscribe to make sure to support this very, very important program. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we're running a little behind, so listen, without further ado, I'm going to bring these ladies in. Hear ye them, Miss LaShundra and Krissy. Give it to them.
Hey.
All right. Good evening, ladies. How y'all doing?
We're good. How are you?
How are you?
Excellent. We had a little, I forgot to click that on Instagram. We had a little issue there, but sometimes the devil tries to get in the way, but he's not going to take our joy. And so we are here live in the place. And so blessed to have both of you all again. I know your other survivor sister couldn't be with us tonight. So we want to give a big shout out to Angel Weathersby. And hopefully she's watching from afar.
Yes, hopefully she is.
Yes, indeed. So, ladies, tell us all about yourselves. For those of you who don't know, we did have this on episode 10, was it? I can't remember which one, but we did it last year. We had an amazing episode. So you guys let everyone know who you are, what you're doing these days, where you're coming from, and anything you want our audience to know about you.
Okay. All right. My name is LaShundra Walker. I am a 5-year survivor. I guess I would say I was diagnosed in 2020. So this year made 5 years in remission. I am navigating life day to day as best as I know, currently pursuing this lifelong journey that I had, and cancer kind of brought me back around to it in nursing. So that is what I am currently doing at the moment.
Awesome. And when you say nursing, what type of nursing are you doing? And tell us.
Currently in the LPN program. My goal is to do some type of work in the oncology field. So that'll be my ultimate goal.
Awesome. And we've got Krissy over there with the biggest smile ever. Tell everyone, we got Stacy. Hi, beautiful ladies. TT is watching.
Hey, TT.
Hey.
Yeah, Team LaShundra Walker. All right. Krissy, tell us all about yourself, where you're from and what you're doing and where you're going.
Good evening, audience. Of course, my name is Krissy. Was Crystal? I go by Krissy B. I am a 5-year breast cancer survivor. It makes 5 years
Amen.
this year.
Yeah.
Amen.
I'm excited to do this podcast again because we give we're able to give incitement and everything to the ladies that are going through or that will face this. So I'm always excited to do this. Currently, I am pursuing my bachelor's in business administration at Jackson State. So I am thriving, no longer surviving. I'm trying to thrive now. But it's been a journey, ups and downs, but I can say that I'm onward and upward. So I am excited to be here and to be able to pour back into the women that's watching and some men because we know men go through this
Yeah.
as well. And I'm always excited to be here with my sister and
course.
our sister from afar, Angel. She is probably watching.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm onward and upward.
Awesome. Awesome. And tell us all about Survivor Sisters. I mean, it's obvious in the name, but tell us, is that something that's, like a nationally accepted thing, or something that you guys came up with as friends and sisters, or.
I kind of feel like I feel like it may be a thing, but I don't know. For some reason, it kind of stuck with us.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, Amy.
hey, Amy.
Amy, Mark, what's going on?
So I'll piggyback off of what LaShundra said. We met at one of Stephen James's events, the Pink Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and we were getting on a 360 booth, my 360 booth, and me and LaShundra just clicked, and we met Angel along the way, and we just call each other sisters, and it became Survivor Sisters. So we always call each other that, and it just stuck. So, like I said, these are my sisters because they've gone through things that nobody else has gone through. So we bond on that. And I love it though. You go through things for a reason and to meet different people. And I wouldn't change that at all. Like I love them like, family for real. Like they are my family. So
Yeah.
we are the Survivor Sisters.
We are.
Absolutely. So tell us all about your journey, ladies. And now, did you guys know each other before the diagnosis or anything?
No, we did not know each other, and we were actually diagnosed a couple weeks apart.
Yep.
In the same
Wow.
year.
Wow.
But yeah, we did not know of each other. I don't think we've ever crossed paths
Ever.
up until Stephen James's event that year.
Big shout out to Stephen James and
Stephen James
James.
always. Yeah.
and the Ice House.
Yes. RSVP house.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll see if we can get old Steve to come in here and join in. So okay, there we go. So you guys didn't know each other, and so tell us how that journey has been for you. Since just take us through, kind of walking us through. How we did last year on the episode, walking us through. I would even just say step one, where you first had a mammogram, or I don't know if you guys felt a nodule or something there, and then maybe take us through the entire journey.
Okay. Well, I'll start. I actually went for my mammogram at the age of 35, only because my insurance at the time allowed me to go earlier than 40, because the age is 40 to
It's
start your
40.
mammogram.
Mhm.
And I thank God for my insurance, because had I not gone, then my story could have been totally different. I went in for my first mammogram, and I went home a few weeks later, and I was laying on the bed, and my puppy jumped on my left breast. And when she jumped on my left breast, I was like, "Ooh, that hurt." What is that? And I'm not thinking anything of it, but it did hurt. So I kind of felt around to see what it was. I stood up and I'm like, "Well, I really don't feel it. Maybe it's just my hormones or something." And time went on, and I just started feeling these shooting pains, like in that left breast. It just started to hurt so bad. So I gave the doctor's office a call and said, "Hey, like, am I supposed to still feel pains from this mammogram? Because if not, then this is something I need to come in and talk to someone about." And she said, "No, you don't supposed to still feel pains. We're going to do you a follow-up in 6 months." Well, fast forward, I went in 6 months later, and they saw something, and they gave these terms. They threw all these big terms around, like dense tissue, calcifications, and I'm sitting there like, "Man, what is this? Are my titties fine or not?" You have to.
Yeah, exactly.
So, long story short, she ended up sending me to get a biopsy and an ultrasound, and I'll never forget the tech that did my ultrasound. she was feeling around and she was looking away, but she couldn't, of course, tell me anything. And I said, "Well, ma'am, am I gonna be okay?" She said, "Yeah, you're gonna be fine." She said, "I said, do you see anything?" She said, "Well, I'm not supposed to say anything." She said, "But I think you'll be fine." So
Mm.
in the back of my head, I'm like, "This she want to tell me something," but of
She
course she.
want. Mm-hmm.
I went to my first doctor. They did biopsy, another mammogram, which hurt. You know, the biopsies. Well, if they don't know, the big needle, they hurt like crazy, and they saw something, and it ended up being stage 0
Mm-hmm.
DCIS. And so she said, "Well, you'll be fine, Miss Burrell. You just get it pulled, removed. We'll give you a breast lift, no chemo. You'll go on about your way. You'll be fine." Well, my surgical oncologist, for some reason, wanted to, go back and review some things. And when he went back, he said, "No, ma'am." Everything changed. Instead of it being like no chemo, just surgery, it ended up being stage 2B, triple negative breast cancer. So now it's chemo, surgery, and I found out during COVID. So that just crushed me, and it just went so fast. Like I still remember to this day, like my world just changed. And when I got the news that everything, went from stage 0 to 2B, it just broke me down. I found out at work and it just broke me down to my knees. Like I literally fell in my coworker's arm and just boohoo, because I'm like, what am I about to do? Like, Lord, am I about to die? And it just happened. And I was like, I asked God, why me? And then I turned around and said, why not me? Because I know how strong I am. I
Wow.
know how, rooted I am in my faith and, with God. But at the same time, it is scary. I won't tell you that you won't be scared. You don't know things, but it happened. So the way I'm telling the story fast, that's exactly how the journey happened. And here we are today. Like I had surgery, a double mastectomy. Um, I haven't been reconstructed yet. So I'm still, moving around with it, but I still wear my scars as like it's my shield. I feel like, I'm strong enough to do that, but some women aren't. And I do want to come on here and I want to say that if you don't know about reconstruction and a lot of things, ask questions, do it on your own time. Don't let this journey rush you because it's all in your pace. I don't regret anything about my story or my journey, but I do urge women to get your boobs checked. If you don't do anything else, you can go to the club, you can go out of town, you go across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Please go get your breast checked.
Yes.
And that's my story in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, that's powerful. That's powerful. LaShundra, what say you? Tell us.
Well, I would say I actually got the results of mine at work as well. I would start off with I didn't have any signs or symptoms, nothing. I
No
made it to
signs.
age 39, and my gynecologist told me that I was going for a mammogram, and I assumed I was too young. I'm like, I'm not 40 yet. I'm too young.
Right.
I don't need to do this. Um, Went for my first mammogram and it was fine. The results came back and he just told me I had dense tissue and it was something that
Hmm.
they would have to monitor closely. It'll be hard to detect. Went back the following year, and he called me and said I needed to come back to do an ultrasound. So I had to do another ultrasound, no, another mammogram, and then an ultrasound. And when I was doing the ultrasound, she kept focusing on that one area. I didn't ask her
Hmm.
any questions, but she just kept focusing on one area. He called me back after the ultrasound and he said we found something concerning, and that really freaked me out. I was so scared. So he said I had to come back and have a biopsy done. He scheduled my appointment for the biopsy. Went to a radiologist. Got ready to get started. She came in the room, laid her hand on my breast, and said, "Ms. Walker, this is cancer." Um, she said, "We're going to go ahead and do the biopsy, and then I'll give you a call with your results." So she did the biopsy. I'm just laying there, everything going through my head. I'm just not really knowing what to do at that time. So I'm just laying there, and I just waited and waited. It felt like forever waiting for those results. And then she called me back. I believe it was a Friday, and she was like, "You ready for your results?" And I was like,
You're never
"No."
ready.
And then I got somewhere to where I could hear what she had to say, and I think the only thing I really heard her say was, "It's cancer." And I didn't freak out. One of my coworkers knew. She helped me go up there and get my stuff, and I managed to get to my car, and I just cried all the way home.
Mm.
Yeah, I you name it, I went through it. I was staged at stage 2, and mine spread to my lymph nodes. It went through my milk duct, spread to my lymph nodes. So that meant that I would have to have radiation along with chemo. I did decide to do the double mastectomy.
Hmm.
I kind of went back and forth about it because I did have the option to keep them.
Me
I was like,
too.
well, maybe I can, maybe I can keep them. But the first round of chemo, I knew that they weren't for me.
Right.
They weren't mine anymore. And I had,
Mm.
came and settled on that decision that they weren't mine anymore. And I don't
Wow.
regret my decision.
Me neither.
I got mine removed and replaced in the same day. So my
Hmm.
surgery was about 6.5 hours. In the middle of COVID,
Man, that's crazy.
is when I had my surgery.
Wow. And Chandra, I've known you for some years,
Hmm.
years, and I
Yeah.
know that you're always, and you're still, the one of the most fit people in the room.
Yes.
But even during, I think a lot of people might say, man, LaShundra, they see you around, you have very little body fat, in great
Mhm.
shape, got a great attitude, always smiling. And look at what has happened to her. And she's eating correctly. She's doing the right thing. She's exercising. Like I said, very little body fat. I
Yep.
know that a lot of people might even be discouraged to say, man,
Mhm.
well, if this happened to her, well, what am I doing all this for? But
Mhm.
um, did any of that ever cross your mind? Like, Lord,
Yeah.
why me? Like, look at me.
Yes,
Why me?
that definitely crossed my mind. But at the same time, if it wasn't for me being as active as I was, I wouldn't have been
Mhm.
able to bounce back the way I did after everything that toppled me over. I it just it took so much out of me, and with me, being as active as I was, like it really saved me.
Mhm.
Amen to that. So you all both basically, I'm gonna try to sum it up for the audience here. DCI. So you had DCIS as well, ductal carcinoma.
I
Yes.
had IDC, invasive ductal carcinoma, and
You,
all my receptors were positive.
And mine were all negative.
oh, you were negative, right? So you
Yeah.
had, yeah,
All
you had.
positive. I'm all negative. Mhm.
Okay, and you had Krissy had ductal carcinoma, which is non-invasive, and then LaShundra had invasive.
Invasive.
Well, that's what the first doctor said. It was non-invasive. But when I went to
Mm,
the second doctor, that's when he said, "No, ma'am, it's invasive." And that's
really?
when the treatment changed from just surgery to remove the tumor to chemo and surgery. And yes, so it was invasive.
That's very interesting because
That was
Mhm.
horrible.
DCIS is normally a non-invasive
Right.
cancer of the milk ducts, which is why
Right.
ductal carcinoma. So
Hmm.
just so you guys understand, I see we got some more people joining. You all come on in. Um, this is breast cancer involving the milk ducts, and a lot of
Hmm.
people say, "Well, man, these are again healthy young women." A lot of times, so we look at people say, well, why them, and what do I have to be concerned about or look for? Well, one of the things is most commonly a lot of women will see, like you said, small hard lump in the breast. So like Krissy was saying, if you didn't hear, her dog laid on the left breast and say, oh my gosh, should I still be having pain from the mammogram?
Right.
But some other things you can see, some people have nipple discharge, and sometimes that can be more
Mhm.
of a bloody kind of, or a brownish, definitely a discolored discharge from the nipple. And also skin changes around the nipple. So that's why we suggest, honestly, to men and women, because a lot of people don't know that men can get breast cancer as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to look, even just looking at yourself in the mirror after the shower, at least, I'd even say maybe just monthly, do a check on yourself. Look at yourself. Hey, it might even feel a little strange to you the first time, but just look, make sure you don't see anything, one, maybe down, hanging lower than the other, like noticeably lower, like I say, any discharge, any lumps, especially for the ladies, kind of palpating or feeling around, going around we call it a circumferential manner, or if you're going to do the zones, up and down. And so, and in terms of the treatment, you heard them both say double mastectomy. So that means removal, complete removal of both breasts. But then you heard LaShundra say, I had reconstruction at the same time. So that means general surgeon comes in and removes. The plastic surgeon normally comes in and puts expanders in. So that expands the right under the pectoralis muscle and expands so that you'll be able to have implants. And so that's normally what happens.
And Dr. B, I kind of skipped the expander route. I went
Okay.
straight from none to implants.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get
Straight?
expanders.
Oh, you did not.
Man.
Okay.
Did you? What about you, Krissy? Did you do expanders?
I don't have like I. So let me tell you, I'm transparent now. I
Okay.
wear prosthetics until
Okay.
I'm ready to get reconstruction surgery. So I'm
Okay.
actually planning on that next year. So I don't know anything about the expanders. I've heard about it. Like I've heard like some people say it's painful, different things. But I know it depends on like your body weight, if it's enough fat and all that. I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing my research. So as of right now, I don't know anything about the. I mean, I'm doing my research, but I hadn't had any reconstruction.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Mhm.
Man, I'm telling you, this takes so much courage, man, for you all. Just like we said last year, and so again, I just take my hat off to these young ladies. I know that this is not easy, but it's certainly something to be proud of. To be survivor sisters, to beat this. And the thing is, I told a lady just what was that? It was just last week, and a lady had she was diagnosed with ductal carcinoma in situ, same as yours, Krissy.
Mhm.
Diagnosed in 2021. This woman has refused to do anything about it. She saw a surgeon, and he recommended, as you all said, double mastectomy with removal of both breasts.
Right.
And she's told me, and I said, well, why haven't you done anything about this? What's going on? Well, I've got family, I got grandkids, and this and that, and I don't have time to be laid up. And I said, ma'am, I know I don't know you that well. This is only my second time seeing you, but
Mhm.
can I be straight as possible with you? And she said, come on, doctor. And I said, well, I tell you what, you don't have time to be laid up. I said, but you damn sure ain't got time to be dead either, do you?
I'm glad you gave her that truth.
So I said, people, we have got to wake up. You all see these young ladies, beautiful ladies sitting before us. They are blessed.
Yeah.
They have beaten the odds. God has gotten them through it. And you can go on to live a
Yes.
productive, wonderful life. This
Yes.
does not have to be the
It's
end.
not the end.
It's not the end. And I told the lady, I said, it hurts me to my own core because this is something that we've had even breast cancer, in my family. And I said, this is one of those things, just like prostate cancer, colon cancer. These are things that are detectable and they're treatable.
Treatable. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I've said enough because I get emotional because I was frustrated with her. I ain't gonna be
I
honest with you.
bet.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you need to go back to Central Surgical Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor, he had already recommended this in 21. And she said, well, Dr. Bookhardt, let me just give me about a year. I said, no, ma'am, because
No,
you may not have a year.
No.
absolutely not. I don't know why. I mean, you see it happen so often nowadays.
Yeah.
Black women, but black women are
Yeah.
diagnosed. Hey,
Hey,
sister, our sisters.
Angel.
Black women are diagnosed. I see so many black women going through it. It's funny that I put up a picture, 4 pictures of me in pink, and I was inspired by my sister to do it because she posted
Yeah.
her picture. She was so cute, so I was like, put my 4 pink pictures up.
Oh, yeah.
But on that day that I posted that picture, I got a call from one of my aunts on my dad's side, and she said, "Hey, Krissy, how are you doing?" I said, "I'm good, Auntie. How are you?" She said, "Well, I just want to tell you, I found out I had breast cancer. This was last week. So I'm telling you, it has no shape, form, color,
Mm-hmm.
in age. So don't think you are or can be excluded. Like, go get yourself checked.
Yes.
But she was in great spirits. She said that she had her treatment plan. She said, "Oh no, I'm fine." Because I asked her a million times, "Auntie, are you okay? Are you okay?" She said, "Oh no, I'm fine. I'm gonna be okay." She trusts in the Lord that He'll bring her through it,
Mm-hmm.
but she will do her part too. And that goes back to what you were saying about that you have to do your part too.
That's right.
to go to those appointments. You have to, do your self exams and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah, absolutely. We've got so Angel joined us, the other survivor sister.
Hey,
Who?
hey,
sister.
sister.
Yeah, good to see you, Angel. Thank you for joining. And then we have Erica Johnson. Keep encouraging people, and she says, "Hey to Krissy B."
It's my classmate.
All right. What school is that? Classmate?
Bailey Magnet High School.
All right, all right. All right. Any Bailey folks out there? Y'all go ahead and chime in too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and chime in. We've got some folks over here on Instagram land. Welcome everyone. Lanika's there. Harris. No, I don't want to butcher that name, but
What's my cousin?
yeah.
Hi,
Oh,
Nat.
that's your cocaine. I didn't want to
Mhm.
butcher that name. I didn't want to. How do you pronounce Nafteria? Is that how you say?
Period.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good. Thank y'all for joining us. Let's see. Dexter, man, there you are, man. We haven't seen you for a few episodes. Dexter, what's going on, my brother? My twin sister was at 10. Oh, you mean 10-year breast cancer? Oh, amen.
Send her love.
Yes, amen.
Yeah, Dexter, man. Dexter's got it's got herbal. Is it herbal? Mr. Herbal. What's the name of your company, Dexter? I was gonna say he's got a herb. He's got a herb for everything, just like my other brother, Eric. LaShundra, I know you know Eric Collins with The Herbal Blessing.
Oh, yeah,
Y'all know.
That's my classmate. Yeah.
Okay. Man, you everybody's classmate.
Right. It's that girl.
That's all right. Yeah.
But herbs are important. So
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. So, these days, what do you guys like? Do you guys do other things in the community and talk to people about this and, share your testimony?
Lately, I have not. But whenever I get the chance, I definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
Pink Friday, I don't know. I hate we're not having one this year.
Right.
It was a good way to, like meet other people, that kind of went through similar situations, like what we went through.
Yeah, it's a Pink Friday, which is Steve's event.
Mhm.
Yeah, he normally has it right around this time, right now,
Yeah,
right?
he does.
it will be going on
Yeah.
probably this weekend or probably
Yeah.
next weekend.
Yeah, well, we got Steve. Are you on here, Steve? Where is Steve and James, man? Come on, brother. We got to have a powwow. We got to have a powwow. We got some
I think
Sean England.
eventually I want to start a nonprofit where we go and give like toiletries to some of the breast cancer survivors that's going through chemo. I'll never forget when I was getting ready to go through chemo, like a lot of people gave me hand sanitizer, like
Yeah.
socks, and just a lot of little things I didn't know I would need until I needed them. So
Yeah.
I do want to get into that, like giving back to some of the survivors or the people that are going through it.
Hey, Kanoy.
That's going through it.
Oh Lord.
Just to give back. Hello.
Kanoy Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
The one and
The
only.
one and I've never heard of. Absolutely.
Kanoy, what you got for us, brother? Thank you for joining. Kanoy is the probably the one of the busiest. What y'all say, booked and busy? Is that what y'all say?
Yes.
Busy, yeah.
Yeah, this brother. You got something coming up Thursday, Kanoy. You got a big event with my brother Steve Powell and High Frequency, and Willie Clayton is going to be headlining. I saw that. So, Kanoy, you go ahead and man, let us know what's going on, man. We got to get you on here, and so I know he's going to have something funny to say always.
Mhm.
And my lovely mother just popped in, Lily
Hey, Miss
James' mom.
James.
Yeah, all right. Blues. Okay, yeah. He said it's Blues by Starlight. I got you. Tickets. You. It's not sold out, is it, Kanoy? They can get tickets still. All right. So, all right. Let's see. Let's talk about. So we said Survivor Sisters. Just for the recap. Excuse me, for those of you that are just joining, I know we're a little bit behind. This is Telehealth Tuesday. We're here live each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. for your listening pleasure and edification. We are talking all things breast cancer, but not just breast cancer, but survival. And I'm here with the survivor sisters, LaShundra and Krissy. We are missing Angel Weathersby, but she is there she's watching and being so supportive right there. And you can catch this if you have other folks that you know would be blessed by this. If they weren't able to log on tonight, they can go to Dr. B TV on YouTube and they can catch the replay. This is episode number 62. And so all 62 episodes will be right there. So you all come on in. We see the numbers are shooting up a little bit. You all come on in over here in Instagram land. And by the way, if you guys have any questions, like don't be shy. Don't all ask at once. I know Dexter always has a question for me. What do you guys want to know about these amazing ladies? What do you want to know about their experience they've shared with us? If there are any questions for me from a medical standpoint on, when to have a mammogram or what is a mammogram, what is an ultrasound, how is a biopsy, how is that done? Yeah, I appreciate it, Kanoa. Big brother, I appreciate you, man. Episode before we get to 70, you got to come on. Okay, you got to come on with me. But thank you. I appreciate you being so supportive, man. But yeah, if there's any question that you guys have, we're here for you. But this is definitely a testimony. Are there any things that's on your mind, ladies, that you want the audience to know, that you want to share with our good people?
I just want to say I was not as compliant as I should have been as far as like the monthly self-examination. So I would encourage all ladies to please, if you're not doing that, please do your mammograms. Like they always say, early detection is key. That is really a thing. It can save your life.
Absolutely. On Instagram land, we've got Tamika Garrett, 23. Over here. Good evening. She says, on Instagram, can you share any organizations that may offer support for those doing chemo right now, such as therapy without insurance? It's a great question.
It's really good.
That's a great question.
Yeah, I don't know any organizations. It's kind of hard. Yeah, I don't know any right off.
No. I didn't even know any like throughout my journey.
Thankfully I had like insurance to kind of help me. But I mean, in her case, she doesn't have any. But I would still say reach out to some churches or just anybody. Just reach out if you're going through it, and hopefully God will put it on their spirit to bless you going through it. But organizations like going through chemo, I didn't find any while I was going through.
It's very hard to find.
Yep, options are slim.
Well, they and I just did a little basic research just now and then. There's, of course, there's the American Cancer Society. There is a kind of a hub, if you will, at UMC, University of Mississippi Medical Center, Cancer Center, but also the 800-227-2345 is the American Cancer Society, and they have, certainly such a huge national organization. They will have resources nationally. Like I said, if you're here in Jackson, Mississippi, UMC, the Cancer Center, they can help direct you there. And then, of course, like you said, if you're already undergoing chemotherapy, then your oncologist, which is the cancer doctor, they should have some resources to help you with that. So let's see. Thank you. She said, one of my dear friends are having a difficult time. Yeah, and I'm sorry to hear that, Tamika, but there are definitely resources, and even for people that are financially challenged or don't have a job or don't have any income or really struggling, here again in Jackson, Mississippi, you can always go down. There's Jackson Hines Comprehensive, and they take care of folks either whether it's people straight up for free or on if a person is on a very limited income, and then they adjust everything accordingly. So Jackson Hines Comprehensive, founded by the great Dr. Robert Smith, is definitely a resource for that. All right, let's go to some questions. Kanoa says, what did you all do for emotional support while battling cancer? And what would you all recommend that women do that are struggling mentally? Great question.
I think the best part of about going through that was my support system. If you have a strong support system, man, that's gonna make a world of difference. If you're going through it by yourself, it will be a struggle. But when you have people that's coming to uplift you and just
Mhm.
get you out of that funk to still make you feel normal, I will say cancer or any diagnosis, I feel like is 90% mental and 10% physical. So if you sharpen your mind to be strong and speak good things into yourself, then your body follows. But if negatively you're in your mind, oh, I can't beat this, or I can't take this, or I'm up, die, or any of that, that will affect your body. So as long as your mind is strong, your body will follow. I would say surround yourself with a solid circle, some people that's
Yep.
pouring into you, bringing you, reading you scriptures, or just, you know, pouring into you. That
Mhm.
is important. The support system matters. So I would say that was the best thing that I could have done for emotional support. Just
Yeah.
my support system.
I totally agree with that. This gives me emotional every time because I talk about
Yeah.
my support system
Yes.
because they took care of me,
Yes, Lord.
and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
I told yes.
I wouldn't be here.
Yes.
Wow. How do you all feel about the church? I know one of y'all mentioned about the church, definitely being a resource. What about people that don't have a church?
Hmm.
Can they come to certain churches here in the area and get the resources? Do y'all know about that? Like specifically for this?
I won't say specifically, but I still would say reach out. You know, and they say shoot your shot. Honestly, just reach out to someone and say, what you're going through, and hopefully, they have a heart to help. I can't say specifically, but yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let's go to Dexter Mayberry. Are there any other symptoms outside of maybe having a knot in your breast? Things like sluggishness, brain fog, skin issues, and gut issues. Dexter. In some of the more advanced, different types of breast cancer, and especially like we talked about invasive, or when things have moved on to a different stage, stage 3, 4, when lymph nodes are involved. Now, what you're talking about in those kind of global symptoms, when it like brain fog, that is very concerning because at that point, a
Mhm.
person might have had metastatic breast cancer to the
Mhm.
brain, and that is definitely very concerning. That's not a good sign. So those are more kind of late in the game, Dexter. But the most common are the ones we mentioned earlier. And for those of you that I might have mentioned, that is sometimes dimpling of the skin, looking around the areola area, the nipple, retraction of the nipple, sometimes a bloodyish, brownish type of discharge. Very commonly seen as a lump when you're palpating around the breast area, feeling something that shouldn't be there, a lump. Sometimes if the lump can be moved around, and then sometimes if it's fixed, where it's hard, fixed, and can't move, then that means another thing. So anytime people see any of those types of signs, symptoms, definitely, if you're not already having a mammogram, make sure to see your doctor and get checked. And if you don't have a doctor, well, we got that covered too.
Yes.
Let's see. Stacy Buford, is breast cancer hereditary? My daughters are LaShundra's first cousin. So her daughters are your first cousin? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
They're in their 30s. Should they get an exam early? Well, yeah, there definitely is a hereditary factor to that. And so let's say usually the general rule is 5 to 10 years before your earliest first degree relative. So if somebody was diagnosed with breast cancer at 45, then normally women getting mammograms at 40, plus or minus. Then you would want to do like 10 years before. So instead of they were 45, then you would be 35 and go ahead. You say they're already in their 30s. Definitely need to talk, get a full comprehensive exam. Certainly first degree relative, mom, dad, brother, sister, stuff like that, that have a known history of breast cancer. Yes, you are going to need to be screened earlier. But that's a decision and a recommendation that would be made between the patient and, the doctor. And we, look at the latest research and the guidelines that help to guide us on those decisions. You guys want to chime in on that or anything?
I think I would agree with that. For some reason, I feel like the age to get scanned or get that mammogram is younger and younger. So I would say if you do have that opportunity, go ahead and get it done.
Mm-hmm.
As scary as it is, it's better to know than not know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, definitely get it done.
Absolutely. Dexter says one major thing I did for my twin sister was had her to laugh every day. Laughter is like a medicine. Man.
Yeah, it is.
Laughter, good energy. Yes. No negativity, just laughter. I
Yeah.
would say laughter is a good thing. My people kept me roll. They kept me fed. I was eating up everything, and I didn't care. I was like, look, I'm going through this. I might as well be fat. This is the time to be fat. So they kept me fed. They kept me, just full of joy going through that because you feel so abnormal. You feel like nobody else around you. You feel totally different. So to be around loved ones makes you feel normal. So I would say, like, keep your good people around you, get a good laugh in, good food, just good energy.
Yeah.
Be around your people.
I agree. Totally agree. I had a friend, Lord rest his soul, he passed away last year. He would call me singing in my phone on FaceTime, whether it was the blues or the gospel.
Wow.
He just did his best to keep my spirits up.
Yeah.
Right. And this was your
one of my best friends. He passed away, 38 years old from a heart attack.
Oh my gosh. How long ago was that?
Did the same thing, basically.
She did.
I mean, she passed of heart issues right after I got better. She was 30, I think it was 32. Yeah, should be. Yeah, 32. And she kept me going. I was actually living with her. And she kept me fed when I couldn't take she reminded me of my medicine, like everything I needed. I have two sisters. I have an older sister, but she worked in the medical field, and at the time it was COVID, so she had to be away. So when she got done, she would still come and see me, germs and all, like she had to see her sister. So I thank God for that. But my baby sister I was staying with at the time, like Sean say, she would take me to get her botcha. Like it was the little things that made me feel alive. Going through that, just going down. I remember going down Lakeland to go to hibachi, and I couldn't taste meat, so I didn't want any meat. I just wanted rice, and it's fun. You lose your taste buds. It's a lot. Like we really kind of sugarcoat, not in a bad way, but it's so much that goes on with women that go through breast. You can't eat. I had mouth sores. I had black nails. I had neuropathy. It's so much. So just to have people around you that like know when you're feeling bad. Okay, you need this, or let's try this. Like it helps.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. It's true. The smallest things help so much.
Yes.
It's things I'll never forget.
We need to write a book.
No.
Yes.
No,
it should have been done yesterday.
Yeah. I hear that so much. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But
because yes, this is it's encouraging, man. It's encouraging even to me, even though it's in my own show, because it's like seeing people that are young, and seeing people that and seeing people that don't look, like people look at you all, you would never guess that you all have been through what you've been through.
Yeah.
And at the time, doctor, I will say, I'm a little thicker now, and I'm gonna get into that. My body weight at the time I was working out, I was eating right. I had just lost weight. I was in the gym. And my mom still to this day, she said, I don't understand how you were literally trying to work towards your health. I didn't have any blood pressure. I didn't have any of that going on when I found out. So I'm like, how? At the time I didn't know if my family members had it, anything. I'm like, where did this come from? I've always been like on the thicker side, but then I was slimmer, and I was working out trying to get my health, my body in a better shape, and that's when it happened.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Kanoa wants to talk about faith-based support. Yeah, man. Like we were saying about the churches. You want to go ahead?
No, I was speaking. I'm sorry. I was speaking.
Oh, 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 yes. Faith-based support is so important, and like how everybody's saying, people who, and I think going over to Instagram side, Tamika Garrett saying that's so true. Your thoughts make a difference, and people
Yeah.
that having that strong will. My mom is watching, and we had such a close family friend in the Howard family. Sister Julia Howard passed away at 92, 93. Mom, would you type Sister Howard's age in there, Mom? But definitely over 90. She was this woman up until the time she got in the hospital and was just, couldn't go anymore. She was still driving, even outside of the state of Florida, driving across state lines.
Ooh.
And she had a history of cancer and hip issues and mobility. I mean, all kind of, her list was too long to even name. But even at that age, and she was fragile, lost a lot of weight, this woman was still going. And that's why I try to tell even my own mom with her issues and going through rehab right now for her pain and back issues and things like that. I said, look, you got to have that will to, you know what I'm saying? You got to know, you got to say, I want to get out of this rehab place. I want to get out of these four walls.
Mm-hmm.
That will, like you all said, you had somebody take your hibachi, and LaShundra, you had your good friend, and those things matter so much. You got to lean into those people. But really, with patients, the ones that do better going through surgery are people who you got somebody's hand to hold that's praying with you. So man, mind over matter and all that good stuff. It really, really matters. My mom says, how about reaching out to American Cancer Society? Yeah, we mentioned that. Definitely. They do provide support. Dexter says, did you all have to change your diet, start applying better health habits and exercising, sleep, and reducing your stress levels?
That's what they stressed a lot, but for the most part, I felt like I was living that lifestyle. It was some things they told us to stay away from, was what told me to stay away from while I was going through chemo, like stay away from sugar, stay away from this, stay from that. A lot of the things I had to eat because of my taste buds. Like for a while, I lived off candy because I didn't have the will to eat. And when I was tired of forcing myself to eat, I ate what I could. And candy was one of them. I wasn't supposed to have it, but it was whatever I could get for nourishment in my mind. But yeah, for the most part, I think I lived a healthy lifestyle.
Now, inquiring minds want to know what kind of candy. We talking chocolate? We talking
candy. We talking
any yeah.
any type of sweets. Like Laffy Taffy, Jolly Ranchers. Those type of candies is what my taste buds could understand. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. We got us Kalisha Patrice on there, and we have Angela Brewer.
Hey, Angie. Hey, Kalisha.
Yeah, good to see you all, ladies. Good to see you.
Angie is a
now
survivor too.
Okay, let's put her Angela Brewer. She's a survivor. All right. Yeah. Good to see you, Angela. Yeah, we thank God for you as well. If I would have known, we would have had you hop on there too, Angie. Yeah. We want to take a couple more questions. I think we've got a few more minutes here, maybe about 10 more minutes, ladies, if that works for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Dexter Mayberry is now and later.
Absolutely, Dexter.
Yeah.
Those two.
Okay.
Dexter.
All sweet.
Yeah, that's right. Dexter had an amazing program we were blessed to be a part of, and I was one of the speakers for that. It was a men's health program, and it was over at New Jerusalem Church over there, North Jackson location. And man, we had a time. And so there were several different speakers and there were folks who had their exhibits set up and selling their wares and educating folks with T-shirt, black-owned T-shirt businesses, and he had his herbal company. So anyway, I don't know, Dexter, if you want to put your stuff up there, how they can contact you and get with you, because this guy is an amazing man. He's doing big things in the community, and so you guys got to go see him. He says, so did it change your hormonal health, or did it?
Yeah.
Interesting question.
Yes.
Yeah. I with all my positive receptors, I produce too much estrogen, so I can't have anything estrogen related. Um, and what else was I about to say? Um,
And I don't produce enough estrogen. I'm negative.
You're negative, yeah.
Positive.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I
So
was on.
neither one of
Yeah.
us can have
I was on
hormonal.
birth control prior to my diagnosis, and I had to stop because the estrogen feeds to cancer. So I can't have birth control.
That's right. Yeah, that's really important. I'm glad and that's a great question, Dexter, because I meant to mention that with oral contraceptives that have estrogen, and they do make some that are progesterone only, or like I believe the Depo shot, stuff like that. I believe it's progesterone. Been a long time since I don't do OB or GYN. I stay far. That's out of my wheelhouse. We stay away from that. We'll leave that up to the other professionals. But yeah, it's a great question, Dexter. Definitely, the hormone plays a huge part, and so I don't know if my patient, I doubt that she's listening. I did tell her, because she's an elderly person, and so I don't know. But hey, my mom is up in age. I'm not going to tell you age, Mom, but my mom has more Apple products than I do. So age, that doesn't mean anything. She may be on, and if you're on, all right, I'm gonna do this to you, because you need to get to that surgeon. You need to get their repeat mammogram, biopsy, whatever they need to do, lumpectomy. Well, they said mastectomy. You need to do that, because we want you to be there for yourself, number one, and for your family, your grandkids. They want you around, and so that's important. All right, Dexter put some stuff up here. All right, there you go, folks, that you want to follow Dexter. Amazing, man. Got some great products. BoostedHerbalit.com. He said, I'm planning a Black Women's Health Conference January 17th, again at New Jerusalem, same place.
Okay.
I'm signing them up. They're going to be there, Dexter, both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where's Weathersby? I think she's on our on our Instagram side. There she is, Miss Glamorous Diva. That's her, right?
Yeah, that's her.
That's her.
All right, we got you. So you come. I'm volunteering you too, okay, Angel?
Okay.
42 Sonia's. Hello on Instagram. I'm a survivor as well, and I'm currently taking tamoxifen. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this chemo pill? Did either one of you all take?
I'm on tamoxifen.
Now.
And I had a follow-up earlier this year, and because this year made 5, and I was told that I would be off of it the 5th year, but I found out she wants me to be on it a little bit longer, so I'm still on it.
Okay.
And I wasn't, that she didn't tell me I had to take the tamoxifen. So I will say that I think my symptoms now post chemo, our bodies are different, because we talk about this all the time. I have hot flashes. I don't know if it's like the perimenopause or whatever it is, but I feel like that my body needs some of those hormones, but we were just talking like I cannot take them. So I'm having to turn to like herbal ways to kind of fight that. It's like a pain, but I will say that she just won't give them. Like she said, absolutely not. We won't give you anything, any type of hormone therapy. You cannot take it. So that's what I deal with post chemo. And that it's small now compared to all I've been through. But I will say like hot flashes and weight gain and irritability and mood swings and all that. Sometimes I still deal with that because I can't take any hormone therapy. So that's another thing to know. Yeah. They will not give me any.
I'm gonna give you any. Calicia Patrice. I missed. I missed the first half, but what is a word of quick and cute motivation that you each can give? I love that question.
Quick
I
and
like
cute.
that.
Pay attention to your body. If you do have symptoms, me myself, I did not have any, but pay attention and get your mammograms, please.
Mhm. I will say the one symptom that when I look back, I noticed that I was really tired. I fell asleep mid conversations. I fell asleep, not driving or anything, but sitting idle. I'm asleep at the drop of a dime. I went to sleep so fast. So that was the one thing when I look back, that was the only one symptom that I can say that I had. I was very fatigued. So
Mm,
pay attention to that. Feel on yourself. Touch your
yes.
boobs. Like if you're scared to touch, go to the doctor, let them examine, and see what's going on. Don't be scared. I have some women say, "Oh, I'm scared to go get a mammogram." Well, ma'am, if you don't get a mammogram, you'll never know if something is wrong or not.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
go get
That's
them.
right.
Go get them checked. I mean, it's better to know than not know. Like you said
Mhm.
earlier, I would rather
Mhm.
know than not know.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that way, the treatment plan is better because the longer you wait, that treatment can be extensive. Like I only had
Mhm.
chemo, LaShundra had chemo and
And radiation.
radiation.
And
So
radiation.
yeah, you just get ahead of it.
Yeah.
And I
There
will
you go.
say, I have a question, Dr. B.
Hey, sure.
I met a lady at a summit this year, and she ended up sitting by me at this summit, and she asked why I was there, and I told her I got invited by the attorney Lynn Fitch. She had
Mhm.
a booth at the setup, so I ended up going to this summit and sat by this lady, and she told me she was a 30-year breast cancer survivor.
Woo.
Said,
All right.
wow, she did not look like she was in her 70s, and she found out when she was in her 30s, like we did.
Wow.
She said her doctor told her, she said, I want you to take one thing and I want you to take it until you leave here. And I said, what was that? She said, vitamin D. She said, take vitamin
Mm.
D every single day. And that lady told me she's been taking vitamin D for 30 something years, almost 40
Wow.
years, and she's been cancer free. Now, I don't know how true that is. That's why I was a question to you. Like, do you know of, is vitamin D deficiency a thing? Because I've been reading a little research on Black women and vitamin D deficiency. Do you think that's a thing connected to breast cancer?
You know, I don't want to. I don't want to say that
Okay.
because I don't. I just simply don't know about that per se. But what I will tell you is that you know, vitamin D is such an important mineral
Yes.
because it talks it. It has to do with so much in our body when it comes to muscles, fatigue, sometimes even brain fog, hair loss, or bone health.
Mm,
Even when it comes to increase with vitamin D deficiency, increased risk of infections. So that's why
okay.
during COVID, you mentioned you're diagnosed around then. That's why as part of the treatment with COVID, if y'all remember, there was vitamin D, there was zinc that was recommended, um, vitamin C, which is all you always want that for your natural health. When you look at those airborne tablets that
Mhm.
dissolve in water, there's high vitamin C content.
Gotcha.
So when COVID first came out and everybody was scrambling for treatment, and we had even a certain person who was in office telling people to take all kind of ridiculous substances, and it's crazy in the medical community that you even had doctors who were going along with this fool. But anyway, um, so vitamin D was part of that. You had elderberry, vitamin D, zinc, vitamin C, very very important. But yeah, anyway, to answer your question specifically, vitamin D,
Yeah.
you need that to help with your calcium and absorption. So vitamin D and calcium going together, and so, but of course, sun exposure, and like you said, that's why a lot of African Americans, men and women alike, but African American a lot of times don't spend as much time outside or in the sun. And
Mhm.
so probably 50 to 60% of patients I see are deficient in vitamin D.
Wow.
Mhm. Yep. So that's levels below 20 what is that, nanograms per milliliter, I think. So less than 20 are considered deficient in vitamin D. So yeah, that is extremely important, extremely important. And so, and over time, when you talk about the hormones and deficiencies and all that estrogen and all that stuff, and that's why, so later in life, and when ladies go through menopause and lack of the estrogen, then being more at risk for things like osteoporosis, which is brittle bone. And so that's why vitamin D and being able to absorb the calcium with the vitamin D is so important in your bone health and your hair tensile strength of your hair and everything. So, yeah. Okay, my mom said Sister Howard was 93, almost 94. Um, yeah, well, God bless the Howard family. Big shout out to them back home in Orlando, Florida. The Mount Sinai SDA Church, Orlando, Florida, my home church. Dexter says he's recommending red clover, black cohosh, I can't pronounce that word, and red raspberry. These are great herbs for women with hard menopausal symptoms. So there you go. There you go, ladies. And Krissy there, he also, I see, answered your vitamin D is one of the top best healing sources for healing itself. Absolutely. And he says, hey, that's the inside joke there. I know who's watching is gonna laugh at that one, because we talked about somebody needing to go touch some grass and live in reality. So there's a little inside joke if you're watching there still. He said, I would suggest walking in the grass barefooted in the sun and go hug a tree.
I've done that. I've done
Did you
that.
hug the tree till you?
I went to the reservoir. I was having a day, like just feeling heavy. And I went to that reservoir, put my feet in the grass, and I literally hugged the tree for like 20 seconds. I did it. And I know the people probably thought I was crazy, but it helped. Even if it didn't help, it helped me in my mind. I thought it helped. I feel like it helps me though, really.
Was it like
I
a full?
literally hugged a tree. I've done that probably 3 or 4 times. Yes.
Dexter, you may be on
grounded or something. Well,
dog getting grounded, yeah.
Getting grounded. Mm-hmm.
What about you, Sean? You hugging some trees, or you giving them a side hug?
I'm gonna go out and try it. I'm gonna hug me a couple trees. I'm surprised, but yeah, I haven't, but I need to try it. I feel like I do.
There you have it, folks. You heard it first on Telehealth Tuesday. Last question here. Calicia says density versus hypodensity versus hyperdensity. Is that something you can speak to? Well, all I can say on that, Calicia, is that usually women with more dense or heavy breast tissue, sometimes the literature say that might be at a little bit more risk for certain things. But what I can say is that from personal or anecdotal experience, those with dense or heavy breasts, a lot of times they get it's difficult to have a regular screening mammogram because the how it's done, it can't get through, it can't penetrate properly. And so a lot of times they'll say, well, hey, they'll say stuff like indeterminate, or we can't really say, and they suggest that you bring the patient back and get what's called a diagnostic mammogram, where it's a little bit more compression. I'm sure it must be probably more uncomfortable to the ladies, but that's something. And then a lot of times we'll also order an ultrasound, which will give us a better view of what's really going on. So that's more what we would call with hyperdense breast tissue.
Yeah, Dr. B, that is true. I do recall getting that second mammogram where they press so hard until when I had my breast at the time, they pressed so hard until when she lifted up off of it, my breast was still stuck to the machine. That she pressed so hard, yeah.
Oh my
because of that dense tissue that they told me I had.
You didn't swing on the lady, did you? You didn't.
I did.
Okay. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I know you can't say that on camera. I think you put the Sean guns on him, but okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we We came from the ground. Our healing starts back with the ground in nature. Deep breathing exercises and stretching. Yeah,
Yes.
that is the truth. Mammograms are torture. Please come up with a new technique. Look,
They are.
Khaleesi, I'm working. Let's pray about that. I'm working on it because I wouldn't have to ever work again. So we're gonna come up with a new technique. We'll all put our minds together and we'll invite Dexter as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll bring the herbs.
Bring the herbs. Now, there's different types of herbs now. Where's my frat brother? Where's Dr.
We
Kinsey?
talking about the ones he mentioned.
Right. We talking about the
We talking about
fenugreek,
the black
the
cohosh
elderberry.
and the
Those are okay. Okay,
yeah.
I wasn't sure. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Joyce, I try to have them greater than 30. Okay, yeah, absolutely. On Instagram, so I try to have them greater than. Yeah, you're talking about vitamin D. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were just talking about the deficiency, usually 20 or less, but yeah, definitely greater than 30, aiming even 40 for in terms of vitamin D levels. So yeah, I agree with you. I see Emmanuel Williams is on there, another frat brother, the greatest fraternity that there ever is and ever will be, and that is Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I just have a big shout out to Emmanuel Williams over there on Instagram. I'm not. Dexter says I'm not bringing no smoking herbs. All right, man. Let's get on out here, okay, ladies. Thank you. Yeah, right. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for joining us,
Thank you
ladies.
for having us again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, my
Thank
pleasure.
you. Make sure, Dr. B.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I would love for you. We're gonna let them take it on home. Take us home, ladies. If you want to be contacted, or if you want to be a resource for folks, let us know how they can contact you. What you're doing these days. If you're available for speaking events, if you want to be on a part of things or radio, whatever, just let the audience know. Again, for those who just joined, who you are and what you're doing.
I you can follow me at I am Krissy on Instagram. I have a media company. I edit and produce podcasts. So that is Penthouse Jackson my email is penthousejackson at gmail if you want to email. My Instagram is penthousejxn and Facebook is Krissy B. So if you want to just talk, just have a conversation, not in front of a camera, or you just want to inbox me about any information or anything that we didn't speak about, or you kind of private and you didn't want to talk about it online, just feel free to reach out. I love to talk. I love to speak with women about this, my journey. Myself and LaShundra, we can tell you about all the ins and outs of breast cancer, honestly. So yeah, you can reach out to me in any of those platforms and I'll be happy to help.
Yeah, same here. If anybody wants to reach out, you definitely can. I don't mind. My Instagram is ms_walker, and Facebook is LaShundra M Walker. If you know anybody who needs someone, anything you can think of, just have them reach out.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, again, man, it was such a pleasure, such an honor to have the Survivor Sisters right here. Telehealth Tuesday, in case you missed it. I think somebody was at Calicia, had missed the first half, but you're in luck because if you go to Dr. B TV, this will be episode 62. All 62 episodes are there. And guess what? They are free. I got to say that again. Guess what? They are free. I love those effects, man.
I know.
All right. So I want you guys to know now, look, if you like this episode, if you were blessed by this, you ain't seen nothing yet. We are continuing to go higher and higher. What a blessing this has been. We are going to have an amazing guest with us next Tuesday, God willing. Let me see. We switched up a few things, and I saw one of our guests at Starbucks actually earlier today. This next time, we are going to be talking about plastic surgery. So all that hot stuff that the ladies, and I know men get some surgeries too, but all the BBLs and nose jobs and liposuction and all that we're going to talk about, all that good stuff. So you don't want to miss next week, Plastic Surgery Tuesday. And we might even have an amazing Pilates instructor here that some of you might not have heard about. She is one of the hottest things here in Jackson. But we got to make sure we double confirm with her. But we're definitely going to be talking plastic surgery, so you don't want to miss that. And again, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. We've been joined by Ms. LaShundra and Krissy. And you can catch this episode again on Dr. BTV YouTube, episode number 62. Excuse me. So always, God willing, we're here each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And so we hope to see you then. If you want to be a part of our show, if you have someone that you want us to interview, make sure to drop us a line. Let us know, okay? And look, don't keep it to yourself. Next time, make sure to bring a friend or two or three so you can share the blessing, because it's absolutely free, and all our guests come on out of the goodness of their heart to give back to the community. God willing, we'll see you always on a Tuesday, 7 p.m., where we treat and discuss mind, body, and soul. And remember, true wealth begins with good health. See you next Tuesday.